Red Heart Billy. Oh, that's great. I like a lot of red hearts myself. Now let's get the members on here. Remember, if you're not a member, if you're watching this on YouTube, I do the same is live on our member letsgohelp.com if you want to be a member. It's only $20. That's a month, and you could ask us 100 questions a day if you like. And we have grants. That's how the grants are only for members, and we give out $75,000 every month. So that should be enough to, just run one of those, and you have, gosh, you have 5 years of of free services from us. We give $500 or $1,000, depends on the program. It's preparing to get going here, and I hope starting the live stream. It says this is on establishing a connection. Preparing chat conversation, creating a video feed. You think you'd have done that a long time. Gathering participants. They're gathering. I guess they're all laying on the floor somewhere, and they got to gather them up. It's like a bunch of sleeping cats. Maybe that's what our membership is. Mostly everybody's pet. I live in a building here, about 70 people, and about half of them have a pet, a dog or a cat. They're small apartments, so it's mostly single people. And I think single people in the urban areas have more pets, than because they don't have kids. So it's a way to show your love. And that's what I'm hoping Let's Go Help does, is give a way for people, have a vehicle for us to help each other and love each other. Because I think that's what we all need in life. Now, why isn't this happening on Let's Go Help? Creating a video feed. I've heard that before. You said that before. Why isn't it happening? Starting a live stream. No, it's not doing that. Establishing a connection. It's trying, Mommy. I'm trying. Creating a video. This is not going anywhere. I'm gonna stop the flow on. Yes, I'm sure I want to cancel. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, go to daily feed, and then I put go live. And by the way, if you're a member, please, I'd like you to do this too. Help people. Come on live and help people with questions they have. Even though you don't have 50 years of experience like I do, that's okay, because you know enough, because people just have to be pointed, and they may not even know what their membership has. So if you could at least do that, help people about their membership, is really all we need with that, and that would be great. So anyone, let Misty know, and she'll take care of that. I wonder if somebody else is on that I can't get on. That's amazing. Well, on video, on YouTube, I want people to know that this is the last day for our $40,000 grant, midnight tonight. You have to apply for our $40,000 grant by midnight tonight in order to get the application. Now, if you don't make it by midnight, you could do it for next month. Now, it says it's recording, but why? Creating a feed, maybe it didn't have the music on. I don't know why that's not happening. So if you go to letsgohelp.com, you could sign up and apply to the grant right away. There's an application on both our websites. When you're a member, you get access to not only the Facebook group, but also our Let's Go Help too, which is a little more conversational there, and it is more helpful. I think, boy, that's not happening yet. Well, I'm gonna reboot this computer and do that again. In the meantime, I I see there's nobody chatting. Nobody has a question. But I gotta come back online free. And that, but you could try answering. It's hard to answer all the YouTube questions. A lot of the YouTube questions we have are scammers or people trying to sell you something. Remember, if you're watching me on YouTube, we don't charge any money. People go on the chat below on YouTube and say they're me and they ask you for money. That's not me. I don't ask for money. The only thing I have is $20. So if it's anything that is more than $20 is not me. So our service is $20 a month, and you come and go as you please. And if you buy a year's worth, you get down to $10 a month. And if you win one of our grants, which we give out, hundreds and hundreds of people every month. I mean, that's $75,000 every month that we give to people who are members. So it's, to me, a deal. This is what we do with our profits. In other words, we don't invest in Bitcoin or buy yachts and stuff like that. No, we give it back to members because you're the ones that made this happen. You're the ones that why we have the profit. And I can't believe that we have profit at lights went out in Georgia. They'll be back on. I'm rebooting my other computer that's on Let's Go Help. So we give it back to members. And the other important thing to know is that members help members a lot. So you could learn from other people who got money. We have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials. If you go on our Facebook page, you'll see all those testimonials we have. Let me get some of the lights come back on in Georgia here. Okay. Got one more. Where's that other one? Okay, now we got to see if Let's Go Help is going to be nice to us. And do that. Because it's all about helping each other. I mean, this is what why I have the business, really, is to help people. And that's the only thing I want to do for the rest of my life, is help as many people as I can realize that there's help out there for them. I mean, I'm not providing the help. Well, we do. We give grants out. But it's more importantly, what I'm trying to do is make sure that people know about the government programs that are available to everybody who lives in this country, no matter who you are, no matter what age, no matter what income. And don't think you just have to be poor. Man, rich people get more government grants than poor people. And that is a fact. Oh, I got the wrong. I got the wrong setup here. Let me see if I could set it up again and get the right. Man, I got lost the streaming here. There it is. Go live. Okay, go live. I'm live. It says it's a cameo, but it's not. Let's see, why isn't it? Applications. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get live here so I could answer people's questions. Okay, there we got the right camera now. That's now establishing connection, preparing a chat conversation. I hope. Gathering participants. Starting the live stream. Tammy Larson is there. Establish connection. Preparing chat conversation. God, I'm worried. I may not be able to be live here unless Let's Go Help. Starting at saying, no, it's still having trouble. Well, I'm going to pass on that and just do the video on YouTube, okay? I don't know. Well, let's see. Maybe this is not on. That's why. Gathering information. I got that. Gathering live stream. Maybe the preparing chat conversation. God, I don't know what's the matter with that. Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna pass that. I'll come back on Let's Go Help 2 a little later to try it. So let's just take care of people on who are live on YouTube, okay? Remember, I mean, I'm gonna put in, if you go into the last couple of videos I had, I got a free report in the description that gives you a good starting point of where to get grant money to solve any financial problem. You know, and that's it. Don't forget, it may not be easy. You know, and if you're preparing for easy, it's probably not going to work. On one shot, can you put a link for the websites, please? Yeah, the link for my website is letsgohelp.com. Okay, so if you want to join, that's where you find out on how to join. It's $20 a month. If you don't like it, we'll give all your money back. Don't worry about it. It's just trying to educate people about what's available to them to solve problems. Now here, after I finish this, I'll go in YouTube and put this link into YouTube on the description below, so you can download this link to all the sources. Okay, there's a source that will give you free help to pay your bills and get rid of your debt. Okay, these are financial counselors that are free in every county. You could go in every county and ask for a free financial counselor. They're all paid for by HUD. They get grants to professionals in your area where you live, are getting government grants. So you call, you make an appointment with these free people. They know how to deal with the credit card people. They know how to deal with your debt, and they'll help you step by step in getting rid of that, and don't charge anything. That's the problem. See, if you go to Google, people are going to charge you, and you don't want that, okay? Because there's free. If you want to, God bless you. If you have the money and don't know what else to do with it, God bless you. Don't worry about it. But most people don't, and that's why they're in trouble. They don't have the money. So if they're going out and spending money, and a lot of people say, well, I won't charge you anything. Yes, they'll get money. In other words, the money they get will be money that you could have given to reduce your debt, because they're taking a piece of that. So when they say it costs you nothing, it's going to. For the people on the internet, they're going to get money from you to pay Google, because Google found you for them to sell you something. And by doing that, they have to pay Google. So the only way they're going to pay Google is by getting money from you, okay? So don't use Google. If you want to search for something, search for these things, you go to AI. So you go to chat.openai.com. And what you can do is in there, you put show me nonprofit organizations or government offices that help me pay my bills and my debt, okay? So show me websites of nonprofit organizations and government offices who will help me with my debt, okay? And paying my bills. And include websites, okay? That's what you want to do. And put in for your state, so like for Pennsylvania. So you want to say what you have, and what city you are, and make sure they put the websites. Now, when you get an answer from IA, ask them for more, because they try to make it short. And so you could just say, I need more like this, okay? And they'll go back and do the research. See, it's like having a researcher that gets you real information, not a salesman who are going to sell you something. See, Google is a sales tool for people to make money, to get money from you. Okay, you don't want that. You want somebody who does research to get the real programs that give out grants. Now, the only people that give out real grants, are nonprofit organizations and government offices. Okay, I mean, like me, we give out grants too, but that's very rare. I mean, of the $3 trillion every year that's given out by the government, I mean, there's basically nothing that's given out by private people like me. And the government gives out an average of $22,000 every year. $22,000 every year on an average to every family in America, every year. So that's one thing you could get. The next thing you could get is free money and help to start a business, okay? How do you get free money and help to start a business? Okay, there's thousands and thousands of programs to help people start businesses and grow businesses, okay? And they're in every city and whatever. Now, you can't start by going to look for a grant, okay? You don't want to do that. It's too complicated, and you wouldn't know a good grant from a bad grant, and you're just going to spin your wheels, and I'm sure you've been doing it already. If you've been looking for grants for business, and you've been in Google and spending hours and hours and days and maybe months and months looking for grant, and nothing ever works because you're doing it backwards, okay? You got to do it forwards. First, you get help thinking about your idea, okay? And the government gives grants to people to help you do that. Now, that's the most important thing to do. There are people in your community, that are getting grants to sit down with you and help you think through your crazy business idea. We all have crazy business ideas. Well, they'll put it in format because they know most of the sources out there that give money. So you talk to them and verify what you're doing and think through about that and who gives money for something like that. And do you have the right kinds of things to do that? And they sit down with you and, one-on-one to do that. I mean, this is the most remarkable thing in the world. Okay, there's two ways to find those offices. One is, see these offices, some also give grants, some don't. They just give professional services, and that's needed more. You need that more, even if you have a business and it's crashing. No, you need those professional services more to get an overview on what to do, because you're just fighting fire drills. Well, I'll do this. No, you can't operate like that. There's too much out there, and it'll drive you crazy, okay? You don't read my messages. I'm sorry, Jennifer, I don't know. I mean, the messages we do are for members. I mean, outside of that, I may or may not be able to do that. So if you're leaving messages here, it's hit and miss. I mean, we get too many. We have to take care of paying customers. But whatever you want, Jennifer, hey, you don't read them. I don't know how you message me. I mean, I don't use things like Facebook unless it's in the member area where I answer questions in the member area. So if you do that and you leave a message, oh, you're a member? Oh, well then, wow. I don't know where you're leaving me messages because we should be answering them. Okay, well, on Facebook, I mean, I answer most of those personally. And the woman who helps me do it there is very good. So if you go to facebook.com/groups and then /Let's Go Help, and L is capitalized and help is capitalized. Somebody else is on Facebook and saying they're Let's Go Help, and they're not. So you want to see the one that has about 10,000 members or 15,000, something like that. So that's where you want to put in your question, or on Let's Go Help too. Now, if you don't have any of that information, contact Magic Mary. Send her an email at letsgohelp@gmail.com. So send Magic Mary an email at letsgohelp@gmail.com. And you want to get that soon because you want to apply for our membership, our grants that's over tonight. We'll have another one on February 4th, but the January 4th membership is, hey Matthew, you don't read my messages. Or I was a member. So you're not a member now, and so you didn't get a message. Well, you could try me if you don't want to join again. Let's Go Free Radio at gmail.com. Let's Go Free Radio. I tried Facebook, never got it. Well, the problem is you probably were on the Facebook, the wrong link. I mean, when you joined, you should have gotten links to the Facebook. And if you have a problem with that, it's really, send an email to Magic Mary, and she's at letsgohelp@gmail.com. But if you're not a member, but you could try me at letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. Okay, so now we've covered the how to get out of personal debt, and we covered business programs to start or expand a business. Okay, the third thing is home repair. A lot of people have home repair. Their homes are falling apart in our country, and people need it to repair. Now we have a lot of programs. If you remember, we have you get something called the Lesko Meta Report, and we send you that, and item 2 in that report shows you all the government programs to help with home repair. If you're not a member, here's what you do. You go to findhelp.org. Findhelp.org. Okay, you go to findhelp.org and put in your zip code. And then after you put in the zip code, do you have to pay these grants back? No, you don't have to pay us dues or anything. Yes, you do. We have a subscription. It's $20 a month. But for grants, you never have to pay to apply to any grant. Okay, let's pick up on home repair. To get home repair, okay, so if you're not a member, if you're a member, you get that report, that item number 2 in the Lesko Meta Grant report shows you all the sources. Okay, if you're not a member, here's what you do. You go to findhelp.org. Findhelp.org, and what you do there is you put in your zip code, then you put in home repair. Now, when you do that for almost any zip code in the country, you're going to get 10, 20, 30 organizations that help people for free. See, everything in findhelp.org are people giving you free money or help. They're not going to charge you anything. This is why you can't go to Google. You have to go to these sources that only offer free information, only offer free money. If you're a rich kid, go to Google, search your heart out. But if you're not, you do this, okay? Another way to find more sources, if all these 30 or 40, and see, the way you handle those 30 or 40 sources is by calling each and every one of them. Even if they're for veterans, even if they're for seniors and you're not a senior, you still call each one. Why? Because they're most likely to know of other organizations that will help you. See, they're in the business of getting people help for their home. So that's who you want to talk to. You don't want to talk to me because I not do that. I do a billion things. But these people, see, I show you where these people are who spend their living helping people like you. Maybe you're not in their category they could help, but they're the most likely to know what organization or source would be. And you keep calling, going down the list. Call the next one, call the next one. We don't train people to do that. And that's why people don't get anything in life. They think there's a magic button because that's what Google does. Google promises you, hey, you're gonna solve all your problems. Just give me $100 or whatever it is. And it doesn't work that way. You should have people to apply for ERR on the federal level because on the state and local they are not issuing the right amounts, the grants for. I'm not sure ERR. What is ERR, Angie? There's a note here that I should tell people to apply to ERR on the federal level because the state and county levels were not issuing the right amounts. We'll go back and complain. They are taking a cut. The only people taking a cut is people who are selling you something, people who are on Google and telling you. Are you talking about the employee, Florida, who runs a 500 million family office, who has a living expenses paid by grants. Well, that's not the government. That's some guy in Florida. He calls himself a nonprofit. That's all. That's not it. You're right. Oh, the emergency rental relief. Oh, that's emergency rental relief. Is that what you're talking about? Okay, well, if you want to know about the emergency rental relief, is because that's a national office, you're right, but the money goes to the local level and you have to apply at the local level. You can't apply to federal money for the emergency. The federal gives them the money, and then the state decides how they make it. If you think you're screwed, you call your local elected official. They have control over that person handing out the money there, and that's what you want to do. But you're right, every state has a little different. Some they'll pay you 18 months worth of emergency rent, some only pay 6 months or whatever. So that determination is at the local level. So you have to call your local 2 senators' office, or one. I was in Texas and they mismanaged it. Well, a lot of people are mismanaging things. I do. Yeah. It's complicated, and they had to do things quickly and things like that. And so that's why if they screw up, then you have to call your elected official. Nobody else is going to fix that, an elected official. And if one elected official doesn't do that, then you call another elected official. That's how it works, okay? You could bang your head against, maybe they have an appeal process. Most of these, the emergency rental assistance programs have a place for you to appeal. If you don't feel you're treated right, you appeal. I mean, it's just another piece of paper you send in, and they have to evaluate in a whole different way to satisfy this. So that's important to do, is always appeal, and that's why for rent, for mortgage and utilities, if you need money for that, then and you're not a member, we have a report that has all that. But if you're not a member, you could find me grant money for housing. I'm in DV relationship. Is that a divorce? I am stuck and need help. I am hoping you might be able to. Okay, for help, Angela, for housing. I don't know if you're in Texas or Florida or wherever you are, but all that is at the local level. And to start getting help with housing like that is really find help. This is the best place. Or 211, depend on where you live. 211 gets a little funky because they have different things in every place. So you're in Washington State or Washington, D.C. I have tried 211. Okay. Well, if you tried 211 Washington State, okay, when you go to 211, you do not just call 211. Okay, that's why I don't like 211. People call 211 and they don't get help, saying like there's no help here. Well, I don't believe that, but it may take more work than what you've done now. Now, for 211, if you're using that, you don't call 211 for help. You go search 211 for like domestic violence, okay? Now, that's what I would do. Well, and that's why I would go to Find Help More. And if you remember, Angela, we have a whole report on this, how to get free legal help. There's a lot of free legal help and help for people involved in domestic violence. So make sure you're doing more work than just superficial, and you don't know if you are or not because you haven't been at it a long time. Seems like there's no help. So American Red Cross, United Way, yes, they're in every state, and usually United Way runs the 211, and that's where you do it. But go to Find Help, go to Legal Assistance, and start calling all those free. There's lots of help for domestic violence. There's grants for domestic violence, everything. You're a victim of crime because of domestic violence. There's a lot of state money for that. I actually have. Oh, you mean you started calling? Now for domestic violence or housing, because if you put housing in Find Help, then that's a whole different kettle of fish. And what you want to really do is find, because there's grant money for you to get settled and whatever, it's rent grants is what you need. You're right. So Now, the thing is, you start, I mean, to me, the most logical way is going to find help, put in rent and or housing, and just work through that list. You call every person and tell them what your problem is and ask them, can you help? Angela, go and file a police report. Start a paper trail, check. Angie, oh, I see, there's Angie and Angela. No wonder I'm getting screwed up. So you call every office listed under, housing and rent and all that, and you just keep calling. I mean, you may have to make 20, 30 calls. I mean, that's the name of the game. I mean, if it's easy, God bless you, but most likely won't. And you're right, that starts the process. Right, and right, you have to file with the police to get all that money too. And they could tell you about the assistance for that. That kind of help. So there's free legal help. So if you put legal help in, it's been burdensome. That starts the process. It's been, yeah, it is. And you're weak. And see, that's why you're weak, because you've been beat up or whatever, and physically and mentally. And so you're susceptible, but people who promise you stuff and they won't be able to deliver. So get a copy of the police report, and so many advocates and assistants knows how to file your case. Right, I have a police, oh great, Angela, oh okay. So no, follow what Black is telling you. I mean, that's the place to start. What you want to do is start getting help from nonprofit organizations and not people who are there to get money from you, okay? Angela, thank you. Oh, good. Okay, I'm gonna go off now, and I'm gonna put a link to a free report that gets you all these sources to start with for any of these items. Okay, so after I hang up, make sure you go to the description on YouTube and get a copy of this report. Okay, see ya. Love you all, and thank you. I'm so sorry that you're having problems, and that's what life is, unfortunately. And it's just trying to keep a clear mind and just start checking off the boxes on where to start, and you just can't stop doing that. You cannot stop checking. You have to keep investigating. That's the only way you get lucky, is to keep contacting people to see how they could help. Protect yourself, you know what I mean. Okay, cheers guys, thank you.